Yo. You're in the mix.
The world's finest, man. DJ.
It's the Big Rich Live on the Mic radio show on YouTube. Every Wednesday and Saturday evening. And we don't miss a beat.
Oh my God. Shut the front door.
What?
We keep it real. We keep it simple. Remember to like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah. Big Rich here, Big Rich Live on the Mic radio show here on YouTube. Once again, back in the building. Bigger and better than ever. We're a day late, $1 short, but hey, things happen. I told you that I was going to try to do my best to make sure that the shows came up on time where they was, but we had an unforeseen situation yesterday, so we could not have our regular hump day show. But hey, Thursday night wind down Thursdays and stuff, we're going to chop it up a little while we're here and see what's going on, see if we could give our opinions on a few subjects, and then we'll move on to the weekend. Remember, Friday will be our next installment of What's the Real Deal, and then the following Monday we'll be doing the Big Rich movie review. So, we'll keep them coming. We throwing haymakers here. And also remember, Saturday we will have the Big Rich Live on the Mic radio show here on YouTube. Saturday for sure. I'll probably try to do it early because me and my wife will be celebrating Valentine's Day Saturday instead of Valentine's Day because she will not be here. So we will be going out to a show and stuff like that. So I will try to do the show early and have it posted or uploaded before we get up out of here. If that doesn't happen, please forgive me. We'll be up no later than Sunday morning. But I want to thank everybody for watching, subscribing, and sharing our shows. All 3 shows are doing really, really well. I appreciate it. I can't do it without you guys. I really can't. I mean, there's no bullshit. I can't do that, and I won't do that without you guys. Some people like it, some people don't like it. It is what it is. But if you don't like it, at least you watched it a little bit. And if you leave a comment that's not personally or racially motivated, I'll either answer it back or, we'll take it in consideration and be like, hey, maybe we didn't think about it that way. Maybe we can go about it a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? This is all learning. I don't have a degree. My master's degree is not in communication. Believe me when I say that. So, this is all a learning experience to me. I try to do the best I can with what I got. I enjoy it. I get a lot of positive feedback. So it seems like you guys enjoy it also. So we'll keep it up as long as you guys want me to, right? Right. So we go over our social media. Twitter is capital B, capital R, live on the mic. Instagram, Big Rich Live on the mic, _, between each word. Facebook is facebook.com/Big Rich Live on the mic. The website is www.bigrichlivehonthemic.com. And the email address is pretty much the same, bigrichlivehonthemic@gmail.com. Keep them coming. So basically what we're going to talk about is President Trump, President Tangerine, President Orange, whatever you want to call him. He is just out of his mind with these executive orders and stuff like that. But it's funny. Somebody has said something. I don't know if it was Jason Black or maybe it was Benjamin Dixon, or maybe it was Kyle on secular now. Sorry. Maybe it was had to be one of them 3, but they were saying that you see all these executive orders that President Tangerine has signed, and he's only been in office, almost 2 weeks, a little bit less than 2 weeks. It lets you know exactly what President Obama did or did not do. You follow what I'm saying? And, I must first say that I was very disappointed in his 8 years in the White House. I feel that we as African Americans are no better than we was prior to him getting into office. A lot of people will debate me to actually say that we're actually worse off. And I was one that drank the Kool-Aid the first and second go round. And the thing is, I've said this before a couple of weeks ago. If he was on the ballot again, especially who we had to pick against, I would have voted for him again. So it's not like I felt that my vote was wasted or anything like that. It was just basically that it just shows that when you really want to get something done, when you really just want to be that pit bull and do what you want to do and not what, your contemporaries are telling you to do or telling you what you can't do, you actually can get it. But this is not anything about President Obama. This is President Tangerine. Let's talk about the quote-unquote Muslim ban. Now, they trying to say it's not a ban. They trying to say that it's basically to halt refugees and Muslims, if you will, from a handful of nations from coming into the United States. Okay, let's just say this. If it wasn't for the open arms that the United States gave so many immigrants, the United States wouldn't be the United States today. So to that end, you have to say, okay, well, does it go against our core principles? I think it does. I think it goes against the core principle of what the Constitution and the illusion, if you will, some people say, of the United States of America. I think it goes against that. As far as having a type of ban. Now, I understand if you say, look, no new refugees will be accepted or no new applications will be accepted until we figure this out. So that's my first problem. Anybody who was already here should be grandfathered in as far as going through the process. And I don't believe that you should, okay, the 10th, it was cool for you to come and go, but the 11th, it's not cool. It's cool for you to go, but you can't come back. I didn't understand that, and I very much disagree with that. That's first and foremost. Second of all, and probably most importantly, is you have people that already have green cards that have been denied entry into the United States. Now, obviously, whatever we had going on as far as our policies and procedures and our standard operating procedures as far as getting people visas and other types of green cards and stuff like that, work visas, obviously these people have went through that process, so why deny them? They've already been through, the egg beater and walked 1,000 miles, on hot rocks and coals and glass and stuff like that, and they got their green card. I just don't understand why it's something that you would necessarily say, okay, well, fine, you just can't come back in, whether you got a green card or not. And then you have to petition to return, and that can take months. Now, I truly believe that his administration and people know that this will lose on appeal is not constitutionally valid, if you will. Is it criminal? No, I'm not saying it is criminal, but I'm just saying when it goes to the courts, it will eventually get overturned. But the fact of the matter is that during that time, that can take months. I mean, literally, that can take months, for this all to flush through the justice system. And then what am I supposed to do, or what these people are supposed to do who live here, who cannot come back, So I just feel that it's easy. Well, let me back up. I've always said this from my military days all the way through me being a police officer to being a business owner and just being an adult, if you will. it's easier. It's very easy to make decisions that don't affect you. You feel what I'm saying? It's easy. And what I should say is easy to make decisions that don't affect you on a negative way. Because if they affect you in a positive way, it's easy. Like what, every couple of years or whatever, the Congress and the other government, excuse me, vote to give themselves raises. You know, they vote to give each other the best health care, that type of stuff right there. That's easy. You know, but if they had to vote to take a pay cut or they had to vote to pay higher premiums, oh, they wouldn't take that vote. They wouldn't take that vote at all. It's easy for Trump and his people of his ilk and his administration to make these decisions that don't personally affect them. You follow what I'm saying? I'm talking about the executive order to abolish, quote unquote, Obamacare. It doesn't affect you because none of the senators, the vice president, the president, any of their families is on Obamacare. You follow what I'm saying? So I always had a problem, and this stems back to when I was really young and really in the neighborhoods and talking to people. And when I used to lecture, and I used to say, it's kind of hard for somebody, let's say a man, to come into a woman's shelter and lecture women on spousal abuse or abortion rights or rearing your kids and stuff like that. First of all, you can't have an abortion. You majority, 9 out of 10 men have never been battered and abused by their wives, or if they gay, their husbands. And in 3, you don't have the issues that women have. You follow what I'm saying? Now, am I saying that a man can't lecture? No, but your lecture your keynote speaker shouldn't be a man. If you're talking about spousal abuse, or you're talking about contraceptives, or you're talking about women's reproductive items. I reposted, actually, let's break that down. I reposted a meme that was sent to me by one of you subscribers. I'm sorry, it just came through, so I can't give the person credit. But if they're watching, then, you know, hey, this is for you. But it was a picture taken because, you know, it's just common operating procedure that the president, when he signs stuff, when he's on the phone, pictures are always taken and it's kept in the archives and all that type of stuff. So there was 7. There was President Tangerine and 6 other cats, including Rance Priebus, who is the RNC chair, and Mike Pence, who is the vice president. Lord help us all. But anyway, and the caption read, "You'll never in your life see 7 women signing legislation or discussing legislation that has something to do with a man's or male's reproductive organs." It is amazing to me. It really is. I have yet to get, and I know I'm jumping over a little bit, but all of this goes, you know, with what we're talking about, which is President Tangerine. Okay, so I already discussed and I laid out my problems and concerns about the Muslim ban, even though they don't want to say it's a ban, but that's what it is. But let's just move on to certain other things, you know, of the administration and stuff like that. But it always amazed me how women, because think about it, women make up 51% of the electorate. That means women, white women, black women, Hispanic women, Native women, Asian women, they make up the majority of the electorate, okay? How do you, and I can't speak for me because I'm not a woman, but how do you allow men to get a bunch of men, white men actually, to get in a room and have so much power that they tell you what to do with your body? First of all, that's first and foremost. And then not only that, then they make it that they explain to you, oh, well, I'm the man, you know, you supposed to follow me. They throw the Bible out now. You know, I'm supposed to lead the family, so, you know, you follow me and basically you co-sign what I'm talking about. I believe in that to a certain extent. I believe that a man should lead his family, but I also believe that a woman provides let's break it down even clearer. A man is the locomotive of the family. The family's the train. The man is the locomotive. However, the woman provides the coal, the fuel, the heat to drive the train forward. You feel what I'm saying? So without the woman giving the heat, the coal, the gas, the steam, if you will, for the locomotive to proceed, it will never go anywhere. So I've never understood how women give men, white men, really, all of that power to tell you what you should and what you should not do with your reproductive organs, with your body. The only thing, and this is the thing is, let's just be real. The only thing that you come in this world with and leave with is your body. That's it. You don't come in this world with clothes. Now, yeah, you leave with clothes, but still, you don't come in this world with a name. They give you a name. The only thing that you come in this world and leave is your body. That belongs to you. And to turn around and just arbitrarily, just blindly give that power to people who do not understand you, have never walked in your shoes, to me is asinine. Now, anybody when they ask me, I am pro-choice. Okay? Now, does that mean that I agree with abortion? No. I think that things happen for a reason, and there are exigent in circumstances that you have to abort a fetus if it's going to kill you, if it's an incest, a rape, you literally did everything you could and you can't afford this baby. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. Not reckless, but I mean, hey, there are exigent circumstances that, abortion should be done. However, I would always err to the side, at least in my elder life, my later life, I would err to the side of saying, hey, you're pregnant. This is supposed to happen. You follow what I'm saying? Especially if you did everything you were supposed to. But I still feel that that's a woman's choice. If she wants to abort the fetus, then that's her choice. Now, I know I'm going to get some pushback from guys like, well, supposing I don't want the baby, she wants the baby, and she has the baby. Now I'm stuck paying, child support for 18 to 21 years. I understand that also. And maybe one day we can have a discussion and chop that up back and forth. I know I'm going to get in trouble by a lot of women's groups and stuff like that, but it is what it is. I'm here to be real, you know what I'm saying, with the way we feel. But I also feel that, like I said, it's then, and I've said the same thing when I talk about homosexuality, when I talk about incest, that type of stuff right there. Certain things you understand, you should understand, which common sense that is not supposed to be. Like a man should not be having sex with his child. You follow what I'm saying? A woman should not be having sex with her child, trying to reproduce and stuff like that. You understand that. You use just your God-given conscience, to know that that's not something to be done. But, if homosexuality is wrong, if abortions are wrong, and you believe in God and you believe that there is an afterlife, you believe that there's a judgment day, then those people will have to atone for those sins at that particular time. But it is not here for me to tell somebody that I have nothing to do with, that I don't know, that I don't have quote unquote dominion over, like this is not my child and that type of stuff right there. It is not my place at all to sit around and say, you can't do this and you can't do that. We need to get a handle of that, and we need to get away from that. Truly. I don't understand, why that's done. But if you sit around and you think about it, and you just think about it, as my ladies out there, I have a large following of ladies. Why do you do that? Why? Why do you allow men to determine what you do with your body? Why? Give me a legitimate reason. Are you trying to say that you collectively are too stupid, too naive, too ignorant? And I'm saying these words, not calling anybody that, but I'm just saying, if you sit up there and say, well, it's because, then it has to be because of one of those. there are a lot of women who are running households because you have deadbeat dads, you have mass incarceration, you have all sorts of, the husband or the father died or, sick, ill, that type of stuff right there, and can't really take care of the family. So if you're able to do that, because remember, I am from a single parent household. My mom raised 3 kids, myself, my younger sister, my younger brother, pretty much by herself. So what you're trying to tell me is she can do that, but she can't get together with a bunch of other women to determine what is right and what is wrong with their female body, with their reproductive organs. I just think that's bullshit. And I really think that needs to be changed. And I hope that eventually, women will step up and be like, you know what? No. Now, if you want to have something to do with it because, yes, it is your sperm and, yes, we made this together, that's cool. But we're not going to sit there and let 7 males determine what we do with our body. That's just not happening. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So that's my 2 things that I was asked about the Trump administration. At least now, I got my inbox is full. So we'll probably talk about some of that stuff on the Saturday show a little bit more. But what I really like to do is I really like to get back to answering your emails and tweets and stuff like that. So we'll see. I know I keep saying we're going to do a show like that because I think we got 19,000 views on the shows that we did just emails and questions and stuff like that. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how it goes. But lastly, we're going to talk about this politician in Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? It's funny. When I get sent things, articles and memes and stuff like that, when I see that it's dealing with any type of government entity out of Alabama, Mississippi, Texas, to South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, I'm already shaking my head because I know it's some bullshit. I just know it's some bullshit. But out of Mississippi, I don't have the gentleman's name in front of me. I didn't want to bring my phone in here because every time I come to shoot the show, I always get a whole bunch of emails and questions and stuff and phone calls. So I left it, outside. But they are really considering issuing legislation or sponsoring legislation to make saggy pants, where basically you showing your drawers and stuff like that, a criminal offense, punishable by fines and or counseling. Now, I'm laughing because it's silly. You have so many more things in your, your country, your county, your state, your city. Saggy pants is not one of them. Now, I must confess, I hate the saggy pants syndrome. I hate it. I think it's ignorant, extremely ignorant. I think it's one of the dumbest things that I've ever seen in my 49 years on this earth. But I always laugh because I remember when we were growing up and we had shags, and we had other stuff that we Jerry curls and stuff like that, where, our parents like, get the heck out of here. What are you doing? And then them with their grandparents or with their parents, our grandparents, when they had the Angela Davis afros, the bell bottoms, the psychedelic colors, the dashikis and stuff, the more conservative grandparents that were raised in the 40s and the 50s thought that they was going crazy, that type of stuff right there. So I laugh because I try to take a step back and make sure that I'm not just being an old fuddy-duddy. But that's just ignorant. I don't want to see your ass. I don't want to see your drawers at all. They're underwear, drawers. Pull your pants up. I mean, when I was a cop on the street, I used to really have to hold myself back to say something. Be like, bruh, pull your pants up. What's going on? Now, there were certain places where I would work off duty and stuff like that. I'd be like, hey, if y'all coming in here, pull your pants up. Period. If You have every right not to, but I have every right to deny you to come in here unless you pull your pants up and represent yourself, your parents, your race, your neighborhood in a positive way. Okay? But again, to make it criminal, so what happens? What happens when they don't pay the fines? Then what happens? You follow what I'm saying? You see, you always got to look at the big picture. Okay, what happens? Okay, cool. You pull over some kids, you give them fines, $50 fines or whatever, the whoop-de-woo. You know, what happens? Who sets the fines? Is it a ticket where it's like a $50, a flat fee fine? And then what about the counseling? Who's paying for the counseling? And then I have to understand your motives. What are you indoctrinating my child with, or these particular people with? What, to be like you? Who says that you are right? I'm like, look, maybe it's a fad. It's a fad. It's not going to be around forever. People going to get over it. I mean, the Jerry curl didn't last forever. The shag didn't. The bell bottoms didn't. Everything comes around. I just grit my teeth and I try to talk to these young men. And I was like, look, do you understand what the whole thing came from? The whole thing came from the penal system and the gay the gay and lesbian inmates, or I'm not going to use the word, but males that were basically preyed upon. That was how they dressed to let people know, look, okay, this booty open, not trying to get vulgar, but that's basically what it is. So I would almost gather that the majority of young men who wear that, and some young women, usually lesbians, the butchy ones, a lot of them don't even know. Now, I have met people, in my times as a police officer, I have met people who knew that and just didn't give a damn. Or they knew that and didn't believe it. That type of stuff right there. So I don't know how we get past this, because like I said, I'll go on record. I hate it. I cringe every time I see it. But to make it criminal, I have to ask your motives. I have to ask where you trying to go, because again, you give these tickets, you say it's a flat fee. What happens when they don't pay for these fees? Then what happens? Do the fines double? Do they lose certain privileges like their license? That type of stuff. You got to watch out for. This is a slippery slope. And it always starts out as fine. I'm not gonna say it always starts out like fun, but it always starts out sort of low. And you may, okay, it's not really all that. It's not really that much. But then what happens is now you have to pay people to now keep up with the tickets. You have to pay people to administer the counseling. You have to pay people to keep record for that. Where all that money coming from? That money's coming from now the fine. So now the fine might have started out as $25, but in 3, 4, 5 years now is $100, and it now is attached to something that makes you pay for that fine. You follow what I'm saying? So you got to watch that. I'm very leery about that. I think that the motives are I'm not gonna say racist, but I'll say the motives are racially provoking. You know what I'm saying? When I'm sitting around there, I'm like, okay, because if you look at the guy, and I'm gonna put up, hopefully it's already ran through, but if not, I'm gonna put it up now. Of the gentleman, older white male, so he looked older than me. So he's a generation past me, maybe a generation past then. I don't know. But I got to look out for your motives, and I be wanting to know, okay, what's really going on and what you got going on. Because I don't necessarily trust anybody who wants to criminalize just silly behavior. I don't trust that at all. So that's our show. Please like, subscribe, share this to your social media, put your comments down below. DM me if you don't feel like putting your stuff out for everybody to see, or email me, or hit me on Instagram. Tomorrow night's show is What's the Real Deal? What's the Real Deal has its own email address, which is What's the Real Deal 69. I'm sorry, 68. That's it. What's the Real Deal 68 at gmail.com. And then Saturday show, we will talk about some more government and social programs, and then we will definitely get down with a lot of your questions. So in the meantime, between time, stay blessed, stay safe, stay woke. Peace, and I'm out of here.